You have to resist it. You don't wait until maybe he leaves, then you start, everybody will now jump out and start talking. Because the damage this government is going to do in the next 2 years is going to be more than what they've done in 6 years. There will always be insiders. Nothing evil can happen to a nation without the insider within that nation collaborating with the hostile intelligence services that is outside. If you look at the intelligence estimate globally, there are two variations. The variables are the hostile intelligence service, which is external to that country, and the domestic subversive organizations that is embedded in that country. I mean, we do operations like this too, and there's no way we can succeed without somebody inside. We must compromise somebody inside, either through blackmail or through incentives. Maybe we give money, or we blackmail the person, or we try to indoctrinate that person. We can't succeed without an inside person. And this attack you saw has insiders collaboration. I mean, I've investigated cases like this over the years, and I know 60% of the time, when you see an attack like this, there's an insider.
So until that insider is fished out, we might have this sort of attack again and again.
It will always happen. We have a lot of illiterates in the government that don't understand that hiding things in this 21st century it doesn't work anymore. They try to hide informations, and they try to protect what they think is corruption to me. That's why they don't allow journalists to actually assess some of these things, because this is the most corrupt country in the history of this country right now. The failure of a government is dependent on the failure of the civil society. So you have two variables: a failed government or irresponsible government, and you now have at the other side an irresponsible and a failed civil society. This civil society has also failed. You cannot allow somebody to do for the past 6 years what this government and the so-called cabal, whatever you call them, have been doing to this country, and the civil society has been quiet. They have to speak out. They have to come out and resist tyranny. Since we know we have irresponsible people at the policy level, there are times we don't listen to them. There are times we actually disobey instructions. There are times we don't follow operational orders. When our colleagues are killed in a disgraceful manner like this, they're not going to follow all these mullah, imams, and all those people that feels that it is their birthright to Islamize this country and destroy the essence and the fabric of safety, progress of this country. I'm sorry to say that the media is part of our problem. There is nothing that is going on today that is not actually tainted by the media. How? And that is why I have to come here and make bold to say what I've said. The media also know 80% of what I've said now, but they will not publish it. They know. I work with journalists. I was Deputy Director of Foreign Liaison at Defense Intelligence Agency. I work with journalists. I was Commandant Defense Intelligence College. I work with journalists. I train journalists in intelligence operations. They know. So why are they not also saying the obvious? So that will help the security and safety
at that time,
progress of this country.
So at that time that you work with the journalists and training them and doing all of that, did you give them permission to publish your name as a source if they were going to go to press with those details?
Oh, I did. It was a policy, because you see, when I was made the Commandant of Defense Intelligence.
No, because you had said that you belonged to a group that was not supposed to have been heard or seen. Yeah. So how did you give them permission to publish your name?
Yeah, because at that time I was holding a different appointment. I've held a lot of appointments in the military. There are certain appointments I will hold that has no connotation with intelligence at all. For example, I was the Chief of Staff Logistic Command for the Navy. That appointment has nothing to do with intelligence. I was the defense advisor to Nigeria in France. It has nothing to do with intelligence. So there are times I hold appointments and I have to deal with journalists. And I must tell you, I can mention some of them. Mohammed of NTL, I trained them because I wanted them to understand that military intelligence is not like a cult. I exposed some aspect.
Even though most of their documents are usually top secret and they tell you can't publish or even access the document.
No. There are places you possess top secret. I mean, if you want to talk about document security, it's a lecture of itself. You have unclassified materials, you have confidential materials, you have secret materials, and you have top secret. There are processes. It's an area of military that you need to do a lot of training. So when we bring journalists in and talk to them, we ensure that they don't see unclassified materials. And it's just for them to understand how the system works. Basically, if you go to Afghanistan, if you go to Iraqi, you see journalists embedded with the military.
But it's not the case here.
I think I tried to encourage you when I was the commandant that we should allow journalists to have access to some of the things we do so that they can say it as it is. Because when I conducted the operation in 2007 in Angola and I came to Nigeria, what you read in the newspapers, what you hear on television and what you see are completely skewed from what we were doing.
So why did they want that to happen here, to embed journalists?
I just think it's myopism.
You listen to this? Good and fine. So, what more do you want this man to say? How do you want him to explain before you know the problem of this country? Is it the country we truly want for ourselves? Is it the country we truly want for ourselves, our children? Is it the country you truly deserve to live in? Are we living in this country? No. With all this is the reason why you see things are not going well. Now insecurity has increased. Now people are selling their children just for money. People are selling their daughter even. All sort of things are going on happening in this country. This is it, because people are not being charged to court. People are not being arrested. There is no more evidence. What evidence do you want again? This man has told you everything. Even if he said this video is not of recent, so what has changed? As the country not going worse, it has gone worse. His prediction come to pass, isn't it? What we're seeing today is gone worse. It's gone worse. So what evidence? And the problem now is federal government, we say this time without numbers, federal government cannot do anything about it because the people behind this, they are in government. They are politicians. So they are working for this government. They were in the previous administration. Some of them were there. Now this administration, some of them are still here. So forget APC members with propagandas, with lies. They are deceiving themselves. This is the reality. And this man is telling you now. You see? So there is problem. Anyways. Is it the country we truly want for ourselves? Are we living in the country? APC took over government just to help us to solve the problem that PDP created. At the end of the day, they end up creating more problems for us. It becomes a problem for us, for everybody. One region we're facing this problem of insecurity. Now under APC, it has spread across all the region. We are one living in the same country. What is the solution? What is the way out? We've talked, we complain, we lament on social media. Too many talk, not the full basket. It is time to take actions. What is the action? INEC, APC, they are not ready to commit to electoral reform. Tinubu is not ready. Imagine Tinubu who says he fought democracy then, June 12. He even honor the NKO Abiola, the other one, honor the national honor because of what they stood for, the election. But today, Tinubu is not committed to electoral reform so that we can select the leader that we truly want for ourselves, because he knows the process that if electoral reform, if he's committed to that, so we don't have any issues, he does not conclude. So we need to give people a chance who is going to help us fight or solve the problem of the APC has put us, because this is a problem. We are in a mess, a deep mess. So forget anything any APC is telling you. They are spreading false rumors, just lies. The lie that brought, that so we into trouble with Wiki now, that they are still facing, using DSS to harass anybody who speaks against this EU government, because they have failed. When you talk about them, it gives them worry. They don't want people to get to know about their evil, what they are doing. This is listening to this. So what the security agencies, what have they done with this information this man is dishing out? So they know. They say he worked with them before. He knows everything. He knows what he's saying. So this person like this is ready to assist with this current military to work with them. He knows. And names has been published many times. The people, the financier of this Boko Haram, of these different groups. So nothing has been done regarding the name that have been released many times, and that's the problem we are facing today. Reasons why you see everything has gone up. APCK, they said they want to rescue Nigeria. Now you want to rescue Nigeria, you are even taking the person to an unknown location where he does not know. It's becoming too much. The problem before us. So you say you want to fix this country, you want to reform. See, the name of reforms, they're not working. What are you doing with all the money? Subsidy gone. Where is the money? What problem area have you improved as a result of subsidy removal? So we are making more money, we are still borrowing more money. How does it sound to you? Does it sound good? No. So what are we doing with those things? Yet we are paying more money. Times 3 of removal of subsidy have increased the fuel price times 100. How many times? Times 5 or even more than. Then we are still expecting to pay 2 more tax. We are still paying more tax. Next year we say we are still going to pay 5% tax of every liters of fuel that you buy from next year, because of too many talk back and forth. The NASA is not good. That one is not going to take effect from January. So when is the right time for that to take effect? It's still probably any time. So is it the country we truly want for ourselves under the leadership of APC? as APC leading us or dealing us or killing us? Which one? Because as far as I'm concerned, they are not leading, they are killing. So is country we truly want for ourselves? Can we manage? Can we survive? If we survive the Tinubu's administration 2027, what is the way forward? Are we still going to continue allow this man to come again, to continue with this problem? If he comes back again, that means he's going to do worse. First term in office, that he's supposed to do everything possible to please the minds of Nigerians, so that we can easily, or Nigerians can easily vote for him in 2027. But he has not done that. So when he comes back 2027, he has nothing to lose. At the time he's going to perform excellently well, no. Do you understand? So what are we saying? Now is the time to take actions. We are not going to talk on social media and just end this on social media. But because Tinubu is not ready to, he doesn't care. He's not ready to listen to you. He's not listening. It's like these people. Some of them they block their ears with cutting board or cutting wood. Do you understand? So you don't mind them. That's why when you listen to them, Tinubu is not okay. He's not doing anything. He doesn't concern him because he does not believe in free and fair, because he believes that whatever you do, don't worry, now she be with it there. And Akpabio himself, does it look like somebody who is worried? Like, no, he doesn't. That's why we have a mind to say, don't worry, Nigerians should go and be protesting, that he and his family will be at home eating. That's rubbish. That's a slap on our faces. Do you understand? That's the reason why Tinubu will say he doesn't care. Go and do your worst, because he knows free and fair election does not work for him. But we have to do it by force. The Nigeria has to wake up. They has to do it by force. Do you understand? So we can't continue to have a country like this. We can't live this. I don't think in 2 years from now, if this problem remains, I don't think this country will contain every one of us. There will be more problems. The problem will be more chaotic. So I don't want it to get to that time whereby you cannot even step out of your house. Do you understand? Now, it's some part of the region or state that cannot go to their farms now to produce, to do their farming work. But it will get to a point where even if you live in city, you can't even go out of your house. You can't go to work. Do you understand? Because the more these people are keeping them quiet, allowing them, they are going everywhere, depositing their brother friends. They are depositing their weapons surrounding everywhere, every region. Do you understand? So now it is the time. 2027 is the time that we need to say we need to put APC where they belong, because they did not just in Tinubu. I'm not just talking about Tinubu as a president. Yeah, he's the father, he's the head of the corruption, he's the head of the corrupt party that brought Nigeria, or that put Nigeria into this problem. So we are going to say no to APC. Say no, start from the leadership of the APC, which is Tinubu. So when we succeeded in removing Tinubu from office, the other governors, that one will be nothing. Do you understand? If not this, the same election, the other election, if power can leave APC 2027, then the other election, forget about them, because Nigerians reject them already. They are just forcing themselves on us. Do you understand? So that's why we need to come together. Collectively, we can defeat them. They don't want to sign this into law. We are going to make it mandatory. We are going to make sure they do it before 2027. And every one of us are going to make sure that on that day, we all come out to vote, defend our vote, and put APC where they belong. And that is the only way out. Because this insecurity you are saying, it takes wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Somebody who is not corrupt, somebody who does not know anything about them to solve the problem. If you are thinking of this present administration to fight them, you are wasting your time, because they are in government. Some of them are in government who brought this insecurity, who are using it to terrorize, to make money. So they are still in government. So anyways, I've said it. All we need to do is come together, collectively work together, have the same mindset. Because now we are divided. That is another problem that we are having. That's the reason why the leaders are taking us for granted. Because they know we rant, we complain on social media. At the end of the day, we go home, they do their worst. They do their worst because we are not united. If we are united, we are truly ready to pull these people where they belong. It's just nothing. It's small thing to do. If the Yorubas, Igbos, Hausa comes together to say enough is enough, this is Nigeria. We are in one country. We have one country. We need to defend our country. We can't afford to close eyes and allow this APC member to damage this country further. So because of that, all of us needs to come together. It doesn't matter the ethnicity, the tribe, where you come from. As well, the country has not been divided. We are still one. Then we need to work together collectively to remove these people from office. Not just PD, not just Tinubu, APC members. Anywhere you see them, you should jump past. Those that have good interests, that have the interests of Nigeria at heart. If you can defeat APC, those ones will come to the ruling party at that time to use their at least to use their knowledge to work for the country, to work for at that time. Because as far as even if they had the mindset, they have the heart of the mind of Nigerians to work for the country. As far as they belong to the ruling party, APC, everything about them has changed suddenly. because that is the rules of the game. Join the party and be corrupt. It's just like in Nigeria police. When the day you put on that black and black uniform, everything about you has changed. At that time, you don't know your brothers and sisters. After your uniform, you take your uniforms off, then you can go back to your brothers and have normal conversation with them. But when you are on black and black, forget. At that time, all you are thinking is how to make money from this job, because that's what the job is all about. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the same thing with APC. So we are not going to talk on social media and say all is well. All is not well. If all is well, this problem wouldn't have been before us. All is not well because we have government who does not care. If it cares, this problem wouldn't have been happening in our country. So we're going to come together to put them where they belong. Start with electoral reform. It has to. That's the only way out. And we come together, vote and defend your vote. Simple as that. If today is your first time coming across this YouTube channel, please do me a favor. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube. Hit the notification button so that YouTube can continue to recommend this page to others. So please, it's very important. Very, very important. Videos like